Thursday, October 8th, 2025. It's 11 a.m. and we're here to discuss the surplus auction. Kind of wanted to touch base with everybody on the surplus auction. We do need to get the items surplused. So you have your list, the final list, and we can just go through and surplus
Yep,
that.
and I did send that to you, Sydney.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put that on the calendar as soon as we can.
Okay, we can do it next week.
Okay. So we'll get the items surplus. We didn't get any items from.
We got one from solid waste.
Solid waste,
and
yeah.
There was maybe a couple from, I think, the sheriff's department.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get those teed up for the surplus.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that I also was thinking about is the auction itself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going back and forth because if we hold the auction on a Saturday, that would, we would need a lot of employees.
Right.
So, and that would be an expense. So I got to thinking of another way. What we could do is do a sealed bid, but allow 3 weeks for people to come in and view all the equipment. I would be willing to do it on the weekends. I can open up the roads thing on the weekend. Just have a couple people go in there. I've auctioned. That's all I used to do was do a lot of. So I can open that up and allow people in, one person at a time, to go look at it, and I'd be willing to do that for Saturday and Sunday and they'll just, if they would call and do a meeting, give me times, they'd be there. I don't want more than one person at a time.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a whole crowd in there.
That's right.
Milling
I just
around.
want one person, and then I'd be willing to do that on the weekends, just so that we can get people to view it.
Okay.
And then give us so we can do that, or we can do one on a Friday. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? The thing is I was thinking Saturday but then I was thinking about the expense and about the expense will take away from our proceeds.
Sure. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we would have to pay employees to.
Well, my question is how many employees do you think you're going to need to hold the auction, and why?
How many employees I think we're going to need at least.
I mean, because they're going to have to load their own stuff, bring their own stuff in, load it in cranes or whatever. So I mean,
yeah, they'll have to get that. They can do that at a later date.
Right.
They can come in and do that.
But I'm just curious when you say the employees. I mean,
well, we need people there to make sure that the gates are open and that nobody's milling around. They're supposed to stay where they're at. We also need employees to help us with the bidding, help us close. They've got to pay us. They've got it's going to probably take. I don't know how many employees you think it would take for.
Yeah, I would probably want at least one other person to help with
probably one or
processing,
two.
Payment.
Probably three. Kind of because of the size of it. So I mean and then we need employees from the roads to make sure that nobody's milling around down there. So it's not really a.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get that, but it just
Sure.
you kind of threw me when you said employees. Like we need the whole crew down there to
not
stand around and watch everybody bid. But
no, that's not how it is.
yeah, I mean, I could see maybe a
bidding.
mechanic if somebody that if we had to start something or try to get it started, or had to answer questions what we could. Yeah.
But see, if we do it the other way, then we get around all that. I wanted to do it. I just don't know what we're really thinking, because if it is on a Saturday, it would be time and a half. Be overtime. So
what we could do is, because we've got enough stuff that's going to be auctioned that I don't anticipate everything going in the auction. What you could do is try a live auction, and then what doesn't go, maybe put it out as a secondary sealed bid after that, which might be an option also.
So maybe do a live auction during the week.
Well, at least we would have the resources if we did that, and we have to advertise for a couple weeks, and so that would be time to get the word out.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do it on a Friday?
Yeah. It sounds.
And Larry, would you be able to get a couple people in? We're still on our Monday through Thursday schedule. We're gonna flip.
Well,
Well, I guess
by the
time-wise,
time they get the,
what are you anticipating as a rough date, target date to have the auction? I mean, I know we've got to post it.
The end of this month, if we can get it out.
Yeah, we could just, we need to
It needs to be
advertise
2 weeks, 14
Because
days.
normally, you know,
we flip over right around the 24th-ish.
Yeah, and maybe we could flip over. What were we talking about flipping over? Right now we're on 410s, and then
Yeah.
we switch to our 5/8. So we could coordinate around that if it's
Okay.
closer to the end of the month, and that way we would have people
Okay.
there on
If
Friday.
you shot for like right around the end of the month, November 1st, October, right there,
Okay, end of the
we
month.
should already be back on
Okay.
5/8.
Okay. Okay,
So
let's
then-
look at the first week of November. What do we have?
So the 3rd, starting the week of the 3rd is that Monday.
What would be a good auction date? It would be either be Friday, it would have to be a
It
Friday.
yeah, because you have a lot of people that,
Okay, Friday would probably
Could-
be the best before
yeah.
Saturday, yeah, okay.
So that would be the 5th, would be the first Friday of November.
okay,
Or
So
the
how many
28th.
people do you think?
or the
So
28th.
we're gonna have to, talk to the clerk to see how many people we can get. And then we do have the roads department.
Mhm,
that
we
can do.
we would have some people available.
We can, Stephanie and
Hmm Stephanie and I can both be down there.
okay,
Yeah.
because we need more of a, also people that are bidding. I'm hoping Dose is gonna be the
Auctioneer. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does a pretty good job with that.
Yeah,
We could have the whole crew from Osborne, all 4 of us.
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah, all four of them.
All 4.
okay. Okay. So why don't you get with Lori to see, and plan with Jessica to see what you'll need for cash wise and how we're gonna pay for it, how they're gonna pay for it.
Right. I know we had talked about kind of looping Carrie into, especially with these bigger items,
Hmm
some kind of deposit or, how that would work. They'd have to follow us back here. I guess, yeah, that's what I can check with Lori about
Okay.
how we can accept payment or what that's going to look like
Okay.
at the yard.
At the site, if we can accept cash at the site, we could really
Right.
push, please bring cash or money order. Because we can't do personal checks,
Mm-mm.
but we can put that in the auction notice.
Well, the money order, they have to go get it once they know what
Yeah.
their figure is.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
they can
Or
bring
like
it,
a
fill it out.
cashier's, yeah.
Exactly, cashier's check the money
Mhm.
order, they'll have to go to the bank and get it, but, and we can probably allow them, the deposit, we got burned on one of our
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
recent
real estates,
Mhm.
our
Mhm.
tax deed.
tax deed sales that, and I see where other counties do get,
Sure.
and then we went to the second bidder, they didn't want it either, so.
Oh, geez, yeah. Yeah,
So we
we
need
don't
to
we
do a
don't want
deposit.
that. We want
Yeah.
successful sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a question, and it might be something that we would need to check maybe with Carrie about, or Lori. So most of this is going to be Shoshone County items,
Mhm.
with the exception of the 2 fire trucks from the city of Wallace.
Mhm.
I did send the resolution to Sydney, so we have their resolution that their
Yeah, I saw
council
that.
passed.
Mhm.
As far as facilitating payment, would that go to the county and then the county would pay the city, or would the payment go directly to the city?
Let's just do it directly to the city,
Okay.
so we don't have any,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I will reach out to Christina over there, their clerk, and let her know, when we've got that date on the calendar,
okay,
and we'll make sure that that's tied in and it goes
okay.
smoothly.
Then what kind of a time frame do we want to give these people to get their stuff out of the county yard? Because what's going to happen, since this is so late in the year,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
I
we
don't
might
want to
not have-
come next spring and people coming in and trying to pick stuff up that they bought this
Well,
year.
we'll just have them get it out within 2 weeks.
Because there's some of that stuff they're going to have to hire cranes and
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks or a month.
I think possibly 2 weeks.
the
I mean,
shorter the better. And the only reason is because once the snow starts flying, we're not gonna be around there, so.
Yeah, it's going to be more difficult
Right.
for us
And
to be
you-
down
you
there to
definitely
meet
want
them.
somebody from the shop around there to
Mhm.
see what they're taking out of that gate.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and once the snow starts, and then
Mm-hmm.
we won't be able to babysit it.
Okay. Yeah, because we don't want to load it, do we?
So on a
No.
date,
Okay.
That,
what date do you want? She said Friday, November 5th and or October 28th
Mm-hmm.
on a Friday. So which?
Let's do the November.
November 5th
November
gives
5th.
everybody time. Okay.
And-
That gives time to get the auction
The
out.
7th. Sorry.
November 7th.
Is that Friday?
Okay.
Sorry.
And then we'll want to make sure, I mean, for our department, if there are any, keys or anything like that, we'll make sure that those are down there. But anything that sheriff's office might have,
Titles.
titles,
Yeah,
keys,
titles,
we'll
yeah.
we'll need to make sure that that's
So let's run the titles down on all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be per department, or does that?
Yeah,
would be
let's
like
let's
Heather
reach out
maybe?
to the sheriff's department. And
mhm.
Yeah.
it might be Heather.
Yeah, I can check with her.
Yeah. On all the titled vehicles.
Okay.
You don't have any titled.
Keys.
there'd be, 3, well, 2 for sure, cause you got the 2 pickups. Now the ambulance, I don't know who's gonna have the title for that, because that came from, the ambulance service, Shoshone.
Okay.
So I'm
we'll
not
get
sure.
a list of the vehicles.
Yeah, we'll see.
We may have that title since
Yeah,
it was.
I don't know if we got a title to the dozer.
No, it would just be.
That's a piece of equipment,
Yeah,
so.
it's usually serial number.
Mhm.
That's it. Yeah.
Paper would be the same, but yeah, the only thing we really got is the 2 pickups and the ambulance.
Okay.
That I would think
Yep.
has a title.
Yep.
Mhm. I would think so too.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then Larry, since you've been there, we've had some items that have been auctioned that
Mhm.
weren't from our department, but from other departments. Are you aware of any issues of the after effects where we've been scrambling? The only time that I was involved in anything was the keys couldn't be found,
Oh, with one
and
of
so
the-
yeah, there was one instance with
sheriff's
that. And so
department?
that's why I want to just make sure that
Everybody
if there are
has-
keys
yeah.
and if there
Yeah.
aren't keys, make that known that there are no
Yeah.
keys, so we're not
And we
scrambling.
also have, we had them go ahead and give us if they run, if they don't,
Yes,
so that we're not stuck like we were before.
sure,
So,
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
because most, the stuff that we have, all the keys are on our board,
Yes.
so.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get that going. We'll get the surplus done, and then the same day we get the surplus done, let's go ahead and we'll notice the auction. Notice it out the same day, and then if you talk to Lori to see if,
Yeah, I'll
and
probably
maybe
want to
Carrie, because Carrie,
definitely Carrie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, because maybe Carrie might have somebody that could slip away. I don't think it's going to take a long time.
Because we'll need to iron out all these things for the notice. So I think
Mhm.
it'll be good that we did the 7th. Give us a
Yeah.
little time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that it's in there. But
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll just make sure when we do our notice that we give Jessica a
Mhm.
copy. We'll do the draft notice
mm-hmm.
so that if you see anything that's not there, like
Sure,
we
something
want it
that,
out in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
or if just to make sure that everything's spelled out. And
perfect.
so, any questions? Public comment?
Yeah, the auctions I do, you gotta put up $500 to bid.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do walk away from it, you lose your $500. You got 5 days to pick it up. Anything after 5 days, you get charged storage for it.
Okay.
You gotta call in for a pickup time, so these guys are not just waiting around for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's only 5 days and you gotta have your junk out in there.
Okay.
The last one is the sheriff's vehicles being auctioned.
Mm-hmm.
Question I've asked it twice now, not from you guys, is where's the overhead lights? They're not in the back seat of the cop cars. They're around $15,000 installed.
Okay.
And nobody seems to know where they went.
Okay.
Or nobody's answered that question, so. Thank you.
All right, thank you. If there's anything further, you got any other things that you can think of that's a good idea
No.
that we can, have them schedule times? We need to probably put that in the notice that, you must schedule a time and have them go through your office and then to do the pickup. And that we probably want to put on there, you must load. They must load themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a liability. if we do.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want to be a
Mhm.
part of that.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I already got 3 names that have been waiting forever for the bridges and
Okay.
and the some guy just come all the way down here from the Yak looking at the one fire truck.
Okay.
And he wants, if he can get it for a good price, because it was made in Brazil and apparently you can't get parts for it here in the States.
Oh. Okay. All right, if there's nothing further, meeting adjourned. Thank you guys.
Thank you.